ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। Till text 25. Mumude Jaratha Brisham. We saw that Mumushe is another new Mumude, another new word for us. Enjoyed. It means Ajamil was enjoying, even though he had become Jaratha, he had become very old. He was Brisham means very much. He was very much enjoying what? The youth, the childlike activities of Narayan, his 10th son. His 10th son. He was enjoying. So that's where we stopped. We said, let him enjoy. And then we'll continue. So now we start from text 26. Kindly repeat. Bhunjana prapiban khadam balakam snehayantritah bhojayan payayan moodho naveda gatamantakam. Translation and purport by our beloved Revered Founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Shri Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation: Shri Shukdev Goswami is telling Maharaj Parikshit, Bhunjana, while Ajamil was eating food, he called the child Narayan to come and eat with him. Narayan, come, it is time to have prasad. Come, come, come. He would call Narayan. Balakan Sneha Yantrita. With great love, he would call, please come, eat with me, sit. Look, mummy has made chapati. Mother has made rice. Let's eat together. When he would drink, he would call his son Narayan, come, today there is mango juice, drink. So they would drink together. Always engaged in taking care of the child and calling his name. Narayan, come here. Narayan, did you eat? Narayan, did you like this? Did you taste this? All the time, Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. He was getting namabhas unknowingly. Always engaged in taking care of the child. Bhojayan, Payayan, whether he was eating, whether he was drinking, whether he was playing, always calling him. Always engaged in taking care of the child and calling his name Narayan. Ajamil could not understand that his own time was now exhausted and that death was upon him. No Veda, he did not understand that Agatam Antakam, his death came near. Time just went by, went by, went by. He was enjoying with his son. He was 80 years old when he had Narayan, and now he was 88 years old. Narayan was 8 years old. And Ajamil was destined to die at the age of 88. So as time went by, his death came before him. He did not even realize. Our acharyas have commented that this will happen to all of us. Death comes when we least expect it. How many of you think that when President J.F. Kennedy came to Dallas and he was in that motorcade, he was expecting that today I will die next to my wife? Was Indira Gandhi expecting? She was about to go for a television interview. Was Rajiv Gandhi expecting? All these great people we see, even despite having best healthcare, all the money, all the resources, when death comes, it is completely unexpected. It takes us by surprise many a time. Same thing happened with Ajamil. Ajamil was happy, he was comfortable, he was 88 years old, he was enjoying his child, but he just fell sick and he was dying. Gajendra was not expecting that he would be killed by the crocodile. 27. So, na Veda means he did not understand. Agatam Antakam. He did not realize that his death came one day. 27. Sa evam vartamanotnyo mrityu kala upasthite matim chakara tanaye bale narayana ve. When the time of death arrived, Mrityu Kale, Upasthite, when his death came, he realized he is dying. The foolish person, Ajamil, he began thinking exclusively of his son Narayan. Matim Chakara Tanaya. Where was his Mati? Tanaya, in his child. What was the name of the child? Matim Chakara Tanaye Bale Narayana Ahavaye. Ahavaye means he called. So at the time of death, because he was thinking of his son, he called out to his son. Probably the room where he was dying, there was nobody else. His wife was not there, other children were not there. It was just him and Narayan because they were always together. And suddenly he must have got a heart attack, chest pain, collapsed. I'm dying. Narayan, Narayan. He just called out to his son helplessly. Because he was always with his son, always thinking of his son, always playing with his son. So he called Narayan, 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 Narayan. Call 911, Narayan. He called Narayan. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada quotes from the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, a very beautiful verse. Etavan Sankhya Yogabhyam Swadharma Parinishtaya Janmalabha Parapumsa Ante Narayana Smritihi. This is a very, very important shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam. All of us should memorize this and remember the meaning of this. It is being said that Janma Labha Para Pumsam. Pumsam means for all people. Are we all people? We are all people, right? For all people, Pumsam. Pumsam means not Indian, not American, not African, not. It is for everybody. Every living entity. Pumsam. For everyone, it's applicable. Janma Labha Paraha. What is the, after taking birth as a person, what is the highest labh? What is the highest attainment for anybody? Whether you are a Ivy League graduate or whether you are illiterate, whoever you are, what is the highest attainment? And Srimad Bhagavatam says, Ante Narayana Smriti. Your life is successful if at the time of death you can remember Krishna. Ante means at the time of death, when the body is getting over. The soul doesn't die. So Antakal means the Antakal for the body, death of the body. Ante Narayana Smriti. The highest perfection of life is if we can remember Krishna at the time of death. Whose life is successful? How do I control my mind? So what do I have to do to control my mind? Huh? And from our side, we make the effort by doing abhyas and vairagya, doing what we are supposed to do and not doing what we are not supposed to do, and praying to Krishna that Krishna help me, please. Whose life is successful? One who can think of Krishna at the time of death. What is the consciousness at the time of death? Just like you can go through college or school, but what makes you successful? If at the end you can pass the exam. If you go through everything and at the end of the semester you fail the exam, then are you successful? No. Similarly, in life, the final exam is death. And death doesn't mean I conquered death because I lived for 100 years. That is not victory. Death is inevitable. It can come at any time. It is not really in our hands. But the success, death is successful. Our death is successful. Our life is successful if we can remember Krishna at the time of dying, at the time of departing from this world. If we can remember Krishna with love, that is a success of life. Hare Krishna. That is the art of dying. There's the art of living. Art of living is there so that we can perfect art of dying. Both are important. So Srimad Bhagavatam says, Janma Labha. The greatest success of life is Ante Narayana Smriti. If you can remember Krishna at the time of death. And Shri Krishna says that we can remember him if we practice remembering him. That student will pass the final exam who has been sincere and studied throughout the semester, has turned in all the assignments, has studied regularly. That student will pass at the end. So throughout our life, we should practice remembering Krishna. When we wake up in the morning, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, even before we brush, even before we come down on the bed, Hare Krishna, Hare. Who does that in Chaitanya Charitamrita? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He teaches us. As soon as you wake up, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Mahaprabhu is standing there. So that is the success of life, that we remember Krishna. If we practice remembering Krishna during the life, if we practice art of living, then we will be successful in art of dying. So here, Ajamil is about to die, and in his last moments, he helplessly called out to his son by his name. What was the name of the son? How did he keep the name Narayan? What do we learn from this? We need the mercy. Ajamil would have never kept his son's name Narayan. He would have kept Rinku, Tinku, Pinku, something like that. But because those sadhus came and they said that from our side, your 10th child, you name Narayan, that became the cause of greatest good fortune for Ajamil. The lesson from this is that in our life, any association we get of sadhus, it will bring good fortune. Even if 2 days we can host a devotee, 1 hour we can go and meet it, you never know what that Vaishnava will say, and that will be useful to us at the time of death. You have heard the story of Govardhan Daku. How many of you have heard the story of Govardhan Daku? How many of you have not heard the story of Govardhan Daku? Hare Krishna. Shall I? Hare Krishna. Because Venya has not heard, I will tell. We learn, see, Ajamil called out his son at a time of death, and the name happened to be Narayana. So it is important how he kept the name Narayan, because of the mercy of some sadhus. So let us understand what is the power of associating with sadhus, how they can make an impact on our life even without we realizing it. Something they might tell us, and that will be useful to us at the time of death. Srila Prabhupada tells this story of Govardhan Daku. It was the first story that Radhava heard in this life about Krishna consciousness. Way back in, I think, 1999 or something. That time Chetana festival didn't happen in Radha Gopinath Mandir. They would happen in different devotees' homes. Sorry, 1999, 2000, something like that. So it was the first story, and I heard this first time from Radha Bhav. Because I was not allowed. It was a ladies group, ladies meeting, girls between the age of 18 and 30, unmarried girls. It is for them. So she went, and I drove her there on my motorcycle. And on the way back from Lower Parel to Nariman Point, she told me the story. Haribol. So I heard first time from her. Then next year I went for Barsanai camp and I heard it from Vishwarup Prabhu. Same story again. And then later on I heard it from Srila Prabhupada. It's on Iskcon Desire. Srila Prabhupada tells this wonderful story. You see, you go to Vrindavan, you meet so many sadhus. Every sadhu has a story. There is a story behind every sadhu, how they ended up in Vrindavan. Correct? Something has happened in their life. All of you have a story. If I sit and ask you, how did you come? It's my favorite topic. When I go to some devotee's home for prasadam or something, we meet first time, second time. My favorite thing to hear gives me great pleasure is, how did you come to Krishna consciousness? Haribol. Because every devotee has a story to tell. Well, I was not interested, and then this happened, that happened. This person said that, and I just decided to surrender. And that is fascinating. How Krishna individually attracts each and every devotee. So in Vrindavan, there was one sadhu, and his name was Govardhan. And once he was asked, Babaji, every day you are doing Govardhan Parikrama, you live at Govardhan, you are so fortunate. What is your story? Please tell us how you came to Vrindavan. And generally, the sadhus are shy to say because one should not speak about oneself. But when some sincere devotees ask, then sitting on the foothills of Govardhan, this sadhu told his story. This happened around 200, 300 years ago. Not that old story, just a couple of centuries ago this happened. So this sadhu, he is telling his story. He said, I was born in a village of Madhya Pradesh and very dense forest. My father was a dacoit. And we lived out on the outskirts of the village, and we would go to different routes in the forest when people go from one village to the other, and we would accost them, show them a knife, and at knife point we would just rob them of whatever jewelry they had or whatever money they were carrying. And I was assisting my father in this. My father was very powerful man. But he was using his power for all nefarious things. So how children assist? How today Damodarila Prabhu came for the global youth book distribution. So he was assisted by Krishna. Damodarila Prabhu, who is the father and who is the son? Tell me the truth. Hare Krishna, what a name, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Nandu Krishna, Chevlaka. So much Namabhas. Haribol. So this Govardhan, as a small child, Krishna's age, he was helping his father. Father would show the knife and he would say, take out your money. He would assist his father. He was trained by the father. Hare Krishna. So he grew up, and then father used to make him do Surya Namaskar and everything so he can become strong. So he also became very strong. And then one day his father fell sick. Hare Krishna. Now 200, 300 years ago, there was medical treatment was not that good. And anyway, they were living in the forest. Even a simple infection can become fatal if it grows. So this father became very sick. He was not that old, maybe in his 40s, 50s. But he fell really ill and he died. Govardhan's father, the dacoit, he died. But before dying, the son said, I am not that confident like you to rob people. Please tell me some hack. Yesterday we were talking about hacks. Tell me some robbery hack. So the father, while dying, he said, I will tell you a hack. And this is Evam Parampara Praptam. This my father told me, and now I am handing down to you. Please listen. This is for your benefit, I am saying. If you want to be a successful robber, never hear Hari Katha. Flatline. His father died. Those are the last words. Never hear Hari Katha if you want to be a successful robber. This I have heard from great souls, great robbers in our family. So he took it to He did not know what is the meaning of Hari Katha, but he said, whatever Hari Katha is, I have to keep away. It was like COVID for him. Anybody has COVID, stay away from him. So never hear Hari Katha. So it's okay. So life went on. His father died. Govardhan cried. And then it went on. He inherited the throne of his father as the best of dacoits. And life went on. One day, he was going from one village to the other to find new people to rob. And there was a big crowd like this, many times more than this. They were sitting outside the village in an open ground, and somebody was sitting and loudly speaking Harikatha. Now, Govardhan, he has lived in the forest all his life. He doesn't know what is Harikatha. He could not differentiate Harikatha from an election lecture. He didn't know anything. So he's going, but there are people sitting everywhere across the walking path. Now, in those days, in the forest, people would make a path by walking, and then you have to just go there. So that path also was covered with people, and everybody's sitting. So Govardhan was going, and he was trying to, Sarko, Sarko. He doesn't do all this. He has no etiquette. He's just trying to go, and someone chastised him. Hey, chappal nikalo. Remove your footwear. Footwear not allowed. Footwear not allowed? Why? What is going on? Don't you understand? Harikatha is going on. Ah, Harikatha is going on. He closed his ears. So then they said, remove your chappal. I said, chappal? But I haven't. Okay. So he removed his chappal and tucked it in his armpits, and I cannot hear Harikatha. I don't want to hear Harikatha. And he's walking. Now people are sitting in the path. Hey, move. Chappal fell down. One chappal fell down. Now he has to pick up the chappal. So he just opened one ear and picked it up, tucked it, and continued walking. But as he was doing that, the Kathakar, he was speaking the prasanga of Jada Bharat from Srimad Bhagavatam. And he said that Jada Bharat was being slaughtered as a human sacrificial animal, Narapashu. But the Supreme Lord saved him. That Supreme Lord who is self-effulgent, he has no shadow. He has no shadow. He's self-effulgent. That one sentence, the Supreme Lord has no shadow, fell in the ears of this Daku, Govardhan. And now when you're told, now let's do an exercise. Dear devotees, for the next 30 seconds, do not think of a peacock. So when Govardhan was told never hear Harikatha, and his ear opened for a few seconds, what happens? Our full concentration is on Harikatha. After all, what is this Harikatha? So that one sentence that went in, the Supreme Lord is self-effulgent, he has no shadow. That stayed in his heart. What stayed in his heart? Which quality of Krishna? Krishna has no shadow. Because naturally, he's self-effulgent. Does a tubelight have shadow? No. It's self-effulgent. So imagine if a tubelight doesn't have, sun doesn't have shadow, how Krishna will have shadow? Krishna doesn't have shadow. He's self-effulgent. That stood in his heart. कि भगवान की परछाई नहीं पड़ती. God, Supreme Lord, does not have a shadow. He went on, he crossed through the village, went where he was supposed to go, and he parked himself right outside a village. That next day morning, when people start, the thoroughfare starts, I will rob somebody. So in the forest, he took rest under a tree that night. It was Amavasya night, new moon night. There was no moon, it was dark. As he was fast asleep around 1 a.m. at night, he was rudely woken up. When he opened his eyes, there were a dozen powerful people around him, each holding a mashal, a torch, flame. Now, Govardhan was very strong. He was young, he was the peak of his youth. He used to exercise, he used to eat a high protein diet. He was strong, but he had never seen people as strong as these dirty dozen who surrounded him. They were at least several inches taller than him and much more powerful. He had never seen anybody like that. And they were merciless. He knew that if he tried to act smart, they would not hesitate to kill him. They were like, they meant business. So they just picked him up, no words exchanged. They just picked him up and carried him deep into the forest. They went in the forest, and there was a big deity of Bhairavi, Kali Mata, big deity, stone deity. And there were flames everywhere. And they brought him, they showed him to their Sardar. The Sardar, these were basically aborigines, aboriginal people, tribal people. And on Amavasya night, they would sacrifice a human being and they were cannibals. They would eat human flesh after offering it to Bhairavi. Hare Krishna. So they showed to their leader. The leader inspected each and every limb of Govardhan and gave his okay quality approved. He's nothing, he's not missing any limbs, he's very good. Just little smelly. Go and bathe him. Bathe him and bring him, then we'll sacrifice him. So they caught him and they took him to a nearby river. Pushing him, shoving him. He was so scared. Why you want to kill me? For Bhairavi, for Bhairavi. He looked at Bhairavi, there were all these torches, and behind he saw the shadow of the deity of Bhairavi. So he thought, oh, Bhairavi, then she's not the supreme. Because she has a shadow. So first time he's applying applied knowledge. He's applying his Bhakti Shastra knowledge. So he goes to the river. They surround him on all sides in the river. They make a circle around him in the shallow river because it's a dark night. And they say, come on, take 3 dips. That will be your bath. And then we go. Game over. So he's just praying, oh, Supreme Lord, whoever you are, you who don't have a shadow, you who are self effulgent, please save me from this calamity. Please save me. Please save me. I don't know who you are. Like Gajendra. Gajendra didn't know who the Supreme Lord is, but he's just calling, oh, you Supreme Lord, oh, you all powerful, oh, you shelter of all the rishis, save me. In that same mood, this Govardhan dacoit is praying that, oh, Supreme Lord, whoever you are, please save me, please save me. One dip, second dip, and Eureka. He got an idea. I am a good underwater swimmer, and it's a dark night. Whoop! He went down third time with a deep breath and swam between two of those aborigines, tribals, and just came out that side of the river. In the darkness, they could not see where he swam from. He went down and didn't come up only. They went in the center, tried to see her. He's not here. Did you see? But between 2 guards, he had escaped. And he swam to the other side of the river and just took off like anything. They saw him when he came up, when he surfaced. But it was too late for them to swim and catch him. Maybe they tried to catch him. But with a torch, it's hard to swim with one hand in a dark night. So he just ran and he ran and he ran and he ran. And he was praying to Supreme Lord, thank you so much. You saved me from the clutches of death. I'm so grateful to you. Run, 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 run. He ran till it was morning time. He was so scared. He wanted to escape death. He wanted to get far away from them. All night jagran on Amavasya. At least few hours sleep he got, but he was otherwise awake. And then he was thinking, I'm so grateful to my father. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha. But I have to say one thing. My father taught me one thing wrong. That last message he gave me was wrong. Harikatha, if I would not have heard Harikatha today, I would be dead. I would be in their small bowel right now. All those tribals. My father gave me wrong advice. Harikatha saved my life. This is Vidyan. This is realized knowledge that Harikatha is good. I think I should hear more Harikatha. Let me circle back to that same village, but I will take a different route this time. And I will travel only in the daytime. So he goes there And next day he reaches there. But by that time, the Harikatha is over because he ran all night. So next day it took him all day to come there. So he asked them that what is the that Harikatha is going to happen again. So they said today was the sixth day, tomorrow is the last day. But yes, you'll get to hear Harikatha tomorrow. Hey, wow. So all night he's waiting in that village. He didn't want to go outside the village now. He was scared of those tribals. So he stayed in the village, eagerly waiting when it will be Mangal Aarti and he will attend Harikatha. So next day morning, with all the villagers, like as if he was a great devotee, this Govardhan also sat down. I want to hear Harikatha with great attention. This Harikatha is very useful. So he's listening. And now, seventh day of Saptaha, it is already 10th canto now. It's all pure Krishna Katha. So the speaker, the devotee, he's speaking from the 10th canto. And he's quoting verses like Varha Pidam, Natavar Vapu, Karanayo Karanikaram. He's glorifying Krishna. And then he says how Krishna is beautiful, how he has golden necklace, pearl necklace, Kaustubh Mani, and he tells how this Kaustubh Mani is so precious. There is no gem like that anywhere on this earth planet. It's priceless gem. And how he wears a golden belt, golden nupur, golden bracelets, armlets. He describes the beauty of Krishna. And Govardhan is saying, wow, I have never heard of someone wearing so much jewelry. And then the Kathakar says, and this boy is only 7 years old. Wow, that's an easy target. 7-year-old. Harikatha is really the best kept secret. He keeps hearing. And then he hears the Harikatha all day long that this boy, he goes to the forest every day. Oh, he's so happy. He goes to forest without his parents, without adult supervision. And the Kathakar is saying, and he's only with his friends. So Ajamil is such an attentive, the Govardhan is such an attentive listener. He says, so no parents? No, bacha. Parents, Yashoda Maya, Nanda Baba, they are in the village of Gokul. He goes alone with his friends. Really? Yeah. His elder brother is there. He's 8 years old. Oh, that's it, 8-year-old. Okay, no problem. And who else? Just cows and calves. And he goes deep in the forest. Yeah, goes very deep in the forest. Okay, okay. Continue. And what do? And he describes that they wrestle. This boy, Krishna, with all this jewelry, he wrestles with Sridama. And he is defeated by another 7-year-old boy, Sridama. Now this Govardhan is so happy. This guy is a weakling. He's so weak. He gets defeated in wrestling and he's wearing such jewels. He is the perfect target for me. He's getting all excited. And repeatedly the Kathakar is saying, and our Shama Sundar, he does this Gocharan Leela. Shama Sundar, he sits in the forest and eats with his friends. Oh, he's so simple. He's so much in love with his friends. And Brahmaji comes and just steals his friends, steals his calves, and he's bewildered. He doesn't know what to do. With rice and yogurt in his hand and fruit in the other hand, he's going and searching for his friend. Oh, this Govardhan is in ecstasy. This boy, 7-year-old boy, is such a loser. He loses in the wrestling match. His friends get stolen, his calves get stolen. It's too easy, too good to be true. Are you telling me the truth? He asks. He said, yes. The description is there in the book. Okay, tell me where he lives. He says he lives in Vrindavan. These all stories of Vrindavan. He lives in Vrindavan. Govardhan is so happy. He says, I am a very dumb fool. I am uneducated, illiterate. I cannot write. I cannot take notes. Sudevi. Govardhan could not take notes like you. He says, I am very dumb. Please tell me the name again. Sham Sundar. Okay. And tell me the address. Vrindavan. Okay. Was these 2 words I have to remember. And how far? The Kathakar says, go north. You're in Madhya Pradesh. Go north. You will hit Vrindavan someday. You will have to walk for a few weeks. Okay. I have found the mission of my life. If I do this one robbery, I never have to work again. I can retire. This is my retirement plan. He starts walking towards Vrindavan, but he's afraid that he will forget. And if he forgets, that's it. He has no notes, no Kindle, nothing. So he's just constantly chanting. What is he chanting? Sham Sundar Vrindavan, 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 Sham Sundar day and night. Sham Sundar Vrindavan, Sham Sundar. Like Ajamil is day and night chanting Narayan, Narayan. Our Govardhan Thakur is chanting Vrindavan, Sham Sundar, Vrindavan, Sham Sundar, Vrindavan, Sham Sundar, Vrindavan, Sham Sundar. As soon as he would wake up in the morning, I have not forgotten Vrindavan, Sham Sundar, Vrindavan, Sham Sundar, Vrindavan. And he continues his journey day after day after day. And always asking people, hey, do you know where is Vrindavan? You don't know Vrindavan? Ask your father where is Vrindavan. Oh, that way? Okay, okay, okay. And he would go Vrindavan, Vrindavan, Vrindavan. Sham Sundar, Vrindavan, Sham Sundar, Vrindavan, Sham Sundar. Now, in the Katha, he had heard that this Sham Sundar Krishna, he loves makhan. He loves freshly churned butter. So one day he arrives in Vrindavan. Hari Bol. And he knows I have to just go to the outskirts of Vrindavan, sit in the forest, Krishna will come with his cows and friends. So he goes to the village and he does Madhukari, first time in Vrindavan. He tells one Brajvasi that I want to offer some makhan to Sham Sundar. I'm going to meet him today. Can you please give me some makhan? And Brajvasi says, Are Mahabhagavad Babaji. Yes, yes. Beta, all the makhan is for Sham Sundar only. Take, they gave all the makhan. You want some yogurt, some milk also? No, 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 only makhan. My guru said only makhan. He likes freshly churned. Fresh है ना? इधर सब fresh ही है. वृंदावन. Take नवनीत चोर के लिए लेके जाओ. So he begs for some one pot of butter from a Brijvasi and goes and he sits in the forest waiting for Sham Sundar. Vrindavan, Sham Sundar, Vrindavan, Sham Sundar, Vrindavan, Sham Sundar, Vrindavan. He's just eagerly waiting for Vrindavan, Sham Sundar. I have come to Vrindavan, I want Sham Sundar. And his eagerness was so much, my dear friends, even though he was a sinful person, and he had such faith in the Guru, Bhagavad Kathakar. He heard one Katha and he had full faith. On the strength of his faith, on the strength of his chanting of the holy names of Krishna, and his eagerness, even though he was like Putana, he didn't come with good intention. His action was good, that he wants to offer Makhan, but intention was nefarious. He was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and nothing happened. He was so dejected. At night, he slept in the bushes. In the morning, he went back to the village and he said, Take your Makhan. He told that Brajvasi. Tell me the truth. Does Sham Sundar live here? Is this Sham Sundar's village? Says, yeah, we exist for Sham Sundar. Yes, this is Sham Sundar's Vrindavan. So why he didn't come? So they thought, oh, he is some Mahabhagavat. The Brajvasis thought, he's very high level sadhu. They say, no, you just continue, just continue. He will give you darshan. Try some other spot in the forest. Maybe you missed it. You're sure he does Gocharan Leela? Yes. All these cows are his only. Sakala Srishti Gopal ki. Sab uska hi hai. All these cows belong to him. Yeah, he goes. Okay, okay, okay. Next day again he sat. Vrindavan Sham Sundar, Vrindavan Sham Sundar. New pot of butter. Now his eagerness was so much and he had such faith in his guru, the Kathakar. He had such faith in Hari Katha that as he was sitting, right around 10 a.m., he saw Shri Krishna, who was a 7-year-old boy, surrounded by Balaram, who was a little elder, and other friends like Shridham, Sudham, Madhumangal, and with hundreds of cows, Krishna came right in front of Govardhan as he was hiding behind some bushes. And Krishna was wearing a very beautiful yellow dhoti. He had a cloth belt around his waist in which a flute was tucked. He had a cloth covering his upper body like a uttariya, beautiful turban, and yes, he had many priceless necklaces he was wearing. In fact, this Govardhan was thinking the Kathakar was kind of underestimating. Krishna is dressed more opulently than I thought. I see the Kaustubh jewel. I see his bracelets. Oh, he didn't say armlets, but Krishna is wearing armlets also. He's wearing nupur. And he has got rings. Oh, he's so attractive. Krishna is so attractive. He's just glittering gold. I think his dhoti also is made of gold. So attractive. And he was just gazing at Krishna, gazing at Krishna, gazing at his ornaments, gazing at Krishna, gazing at his ornaments, gazing at Krishna. But he was thinking, there are so many boys and so many cows. I have heard that the cows are very protective about their master. How do I attack Krishna? Too many friends. And especially he saw Balram. This boy is small, but he looks very powerful. As he's thinking, Shri Krishna pulls out the flute from his waist belt, and he starts playing the flute, Shri Krishna. And oh, that music is so mesmerizing. This Govardhan is just completely fascinated by the sound of Krishna's flute, Venu Madhuri. And Krishna plays a particular rag which puts all the calves to sleep, all the cows to sleep. And then all the friends also, they find a comfortable spot, and all of them, they also go off to sleep. It's just Krishna standing and playing the flute. And Govardhan is watching. Everybody has fallen asleep, hearing the sweet sound of Krishna's flute. And as Krishna is playing, his eyes are closed, and Govardhan is staring at Krishna. He's just maybe 50 feet away, like how Achyut Kishore Prabhu and Raspriya are sitting. And Govardhan is sitting and staring at Krishna, and Krishna's eyes are closed, and he's playing the flute. And all of a sudden, Krishna opens his eyes and looks straight at Govardhan. Govardhan is stunned. He spotted me. I was hiding behind the bush. He looks looking at me. And Krishna stopped playing the flute, tucked the flute in the belt, and very in a almost like a dancing way, he trotted to where Govardhan was sitting and hiding. And he jumped and stood right in front of Govardhan behind the bush. Now Krishna is standing like this in front of Govardhan. Govardhan is just stunned to see the beauty of this child. Shri Krishna, Sham Sundar asks Govardhan, I have never seen you here in the forest. What brings you here? Govardhan was not expecting this. He thought I will just catch him and rob him, snatch his jewelry. And he says, I came to give you freshly churned butter. Please have freshly churned butter. Govardhan told Krishna. Krishna looked inside and he says, who told you I like butter? And Govardhan said, everybody knows you like butter. Krishna said, but my mother has told me not to take butter from strangers. And you are a stranger. He says, no, 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 no. But I'm not a stranger. I got this for you. Please take, please take. Krishna said, you know, Govardhan, let me tell you a story. When I was 6 days old, someone came to give me milk, and that milk was poisoned. How can I be sure that this butter is not poisoned? Tell me. The only way I will know is if you first eat it. Govardhan said, this is butter from a Brijvasi, your own people. There is no poison. No, 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 no. I make the rules here, not you. This is Vrindavan, and I'm Sham Sundar. You have to eat it first. He says, okay, I will eat it. I will eat it. I mean, there is no poison, I'm telling you. Hey, don't touch. You know where the poison is. I will feed you. Open your mouth. And Shri Krishna put his little cute soft fingers. Krishna's fingers were softer than the butter. The butter was very soft, but Krishna's skin is softer than the butter. Krishna took out some butter, looked at it, and put it in the mouth of Govardhan. Can you imagine the power of that butter that Sri Krishna is feeding with his own loving hands straight in the mouth? Govardhan had not eaten in days. That Govardhan was used to eating meat, drinking liquor, is eating nectar from Sri Krishna's hands directly. Govardhan had such a rush of ecstasy in his heart as if he was electrocuted. Roman, he had never experienced anything like this. He felt such a thrill. His whole body erupted in ecstasy, like an electric current. And Govardhan was stunned. Krishna said, "See, I told you there is poison in it." Krishna, not poison, this is nectar. This is nectar I've never tasted. And tears started coming from his eyes. I've never seen anything like this. I've never tasted anything. What did you feed me? What did you feed me? So amazing. Krishna said, "Wait, maybe I didn't pick the right part. Let me try from this side." And Krishna pushed his hand in another corner of the pot and pulled out a handful of butter. Open your mouth. Oh, again he went in ecstasy. See, I told you there is poison. Oh no, not poison. This is nectar. This is nectar. Then you want more nectar? Take this. Take this. Take this. Take this. And Krishna fed him the whole pot of butter. And he was licking his lips and licking his mouth. Oh, it's so good. This is nectar. But it was meant for you. Krishna said, "Don't you know? Just by seeing, I accept it. The moment I saw it, it became my prasad." Govardhan says, "I have no idea what you're talking about." He had never heard of Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochana. He had never heard of Angani Asya Sakalendriya Vrittimanti. But he was in complete ecstasy. So, what's next? Krishna asked him. "You've eaten the butter, now what next?" He said, "Well, Krishna, if you are pleased with my offering, which you did not take, but you said you took it with your eyes, tasted with your eyes, if you're pleased with it, then I'm a very poor man." Now, Govardhan had never spoken like this. He's always used to, like Krishna has tucked the flute in his waistband, Govardhan had a big knife. But that knife remained there. Govardhan never pulled it out. He said, "Krishna." Suddenly his mood changed. He says, "Krishna, if you so desire, I'm an old, poor man. I live in the forest. I have no possessions. If you don't mind, can you give me some of your jewels? Is that why you came here?" Govardhan said, "Yes, I'm sorry. Only if you want, give me. Otherwise, I'll go." Krishna said, "Actually, I was just thinking how I can get rid of all these jewels. These jewels are a hindrance in my play with my friends. Because as my friends wake up, we are going to play. We are going to play hide and seek. Sometimes this jewel make noise, the nupu make noise, and they give away my place where I'm hiding. So these are nuisance. I wrestle with Sridama. I want to be free and fight. And all these jewels are a hindrance. I was actually thinking, how do I get rid of these jewels? And I found you. Look at Krishna's Ichha Shakti. It's all right. How which jewels you want? He said, "Whatever you want to give. I want to give you everything. Take all my jewels. I don't need them." Really? Yes. But there is a problem. Krishna says, "Because I play, I have lost so many jewels in the forest. So Mother Yashoda, she personally ties them 3, 4 knots. Very tightly, she ties all this jewelry. Only she can untie them. So you can try. Here." Krishna put his foot forward, said, "Try to remove my nupur. Let's begin with the nupur. Remove the nupur." And Govardhan saying, "Okay, okay. I think I can do it." And as soon as Govardhan touched the lotus foot of Sri Krishna, the butter was like a hard stone compared to Krishna's touch. Krishna's touch was so soft, so mesmerizing, as if he felt some great surge of ecstasy in his hands just by touching Krishna's lotus foot. And Govardhan is struggling, and Mother Yashoda had tied those knots in such a way that Govardhan was struggling. Poor fellow, he was never used to tying knots. He was used to cutting knots. Trying. And the touch of Krishna's skin was so ecstatic that Govardhan started experiencing symptoms of ecstasy. And one of the symptoms of ecstasy is swed, perspiration. So his bro broke out in beads of perspiration. And tuk, tuk. He was perspiring as he was trying. And his hands were filled with the dust of Vrindavan, dust from Krishna's lotus foot, and he's struggling, and sweat is coming in his eyes. So he did like this. All the dust from Krishna's lotus feet, all the Vrajraj is now smeared on his head. Haribol. And then it tries, and finally he's able to open one nupur. Then Krishna puts his second foot forward, and he struggles and struggles. I don't know why I'm sweating so much here. Let me tie my hair. Covered in dust from Krishna's lotus feet, he undoes the second nupur. And then Krishna says, would you like my golden belt? Yes, 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 yes. He opens that. And what about my bangles? Yeah, they're exquisite. Yes. Take them. So Krishna is doing like this, and he's removing one by one. Necklaces, you care for them? Yes, yeah, yes. Okay. He goes behind Krishna and removes his necklaces also. What about my armlets that cover my biceps? Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, take it out because I want to fight with Sridham. Takes out the armlets also. And rings? Yes. Don't forget the toe rings. Okay, okay. All the rings are taken out, finger rings, everything. And he keeps them in a pile next to Krishna. So Shri Krishna is standing, and next to him is a pile of his jewels and necklaces. And Govardhan looks at the precious, beautiful, glittering, effulgent, attractive, colorful jewels. And then he looks at Ujjwal Neelamani Shri Krishna, the most precious jewel. And he feels, in comparison to Shri Krishna's beauty, these jewels are so bland and tasteless. Gee, ugly. In fact, these jewels became beautiful and attractive because they were worn by Krishna. But separated from Krishna, these gems are unattractive. So Krishna is saying, what are you doing, Govardhan? Have you lost it? You're doing this, this. Have you gone crazy? You wanted the jewels, take them. Can I go now? It's time for me to wake up my friends and play with them. Just don't take my flute. Krishna didn't give his flute. He says, Krishna, these jewels are not attracting me anymore. In fact, these jewels were looking good because you were wearing them. Similarly, dear friends, as long as we are connected to Radha Vrajachandra, we are beautiful. The moment we are disconnected from Radha Vrajachandra, we lose all our attractiveness, all our beauty. So Krishna said, can you make up your mind, please? It's time for me to wake up my friends and play with them. I'm itching to play with my friends. You want the jewels or you don't want the jewels? He said, I don't care about the jewels. I just want you. Krishna said, okay, so you don't want the jewels? I don't care about the jewels, Krishna. Govardhan is just staring at Krishna. But having eaten that prasad from Krishna's hand, now his heart is purified even more. What was the beginning of heart purification, Chetudarpana Marjanam for Govardhan? Before that? Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavad Seva. With faith, he heard Bhagavad Katha. And then Vrindavan Sham Sundar, Vrindavan Sham Sundar. Then he came to Vrindavan. He did Jagran in Vrindavan. How many of us have done Jagran in Vrindavan? He did Jagran in Vrindavan for Krishna. And he's covered with Vrajraj. He ate Mahaprasad from Krishna's hand directly. He was very purified. He said, Krishna, I just want you. Krishna said, do me a favor. I cannot leave these jewels here. Mother Yashoda will punish me if you don't want them. Because I was going to go and tell her that I gave them to a Brahmin. But if you're not taking them, I cannot leave them here. Balramji will find it. My friends will find it. They will complain to Mother Yashoda. She'll scold me. Put these jewels back on me now. Do my Shringar. So Shri Krishna is standing like this, and our Govardhan becomes an emergency pujari. It doesn't know A of Achaman. Forget about Sampurna Achaman. He doesn't know anything about deity worship. He has not done any deity worship course. He doesn't even have any initiation. And Krishna says, come on, dress me now. Put all those jewels back exactly the way they were. And Govardhan takes the jewels on the turban. He starts from the turban, his armlets, bracelets, his necklaces, waist belt, and then starts working on Krishna's lotus feet. The nupur he ties. Krishna is tied tightly. Hey, not that tight. Oh, okay. It's okay, Krishna. Ah, this is good. Just as Krishna wants. He's doing Krishna's Shringar. Shringar Seva. Now the jewels are looking beautiful. Now that you are wearing them, they are looking beautiful. Separated from you, they have no attractiveness to them. Krishna says, now can I go and play? He says, yes, but I don't want to leave you, Krishna. Krishna says, now my friends are going to wake up. As soon as Krishna said, now my friends are going to wake up, suddenly all the cows, calves, and all the friends, they woke up. And they're looking, did you see Krishna? Where is Krishna? Krishna, Krishna, Sham Sundar, where are you? Krishna says, look, they're looking for me. I have to go now. Otherwise, if they find you that you came to take my jewels, they can really beat you up black and blue. And they'll tie you and throw you in a cave. Okay, now let me go. And Krishna just, like a dancing, he jumped and hopped, skipped, and trotted and went to his friends and started playing with his friends and disappeared in the forest. And Govardhan is just left there sitting. And he's saying, oh, Krishna, you left me. Krishna, you left me. Krishna, you left me. But tomorrow I will come again, Krishna. I will bring more butter for you. You'll come na, Krishna? You'll come na? And Krishna left, disappeared. Govardhan ran to the village. He said, can you give me some pot of butter? Please, please. Can you give me pot of butter? Can you give me pot of butter? So what happened? We gave you pot of butter this morning. He says, oh, I ate it, but Krishna didn't eat it. But tomorrow I will make sure I'll feed him. Today he didn't have faith on me. He didn't trust me. But I'm sure tomorrow he will trust me. The villager said, Babaji, sit down. Tell us what happened. And he sat and told the whole story to the Brijvasis. And the Brijvasis said, Krishna used to live here 5,000 years ago. We were born here, we have lived here, but none of us has seen Krishna in person like you have. Oh, Babaji, you're the most fortunate person. You're the most fortunate person. And then Govardhan realized what had happened to him, how fortunate he was, and how his life had become perfect. He didn't speak a word, and he just stayed in Vrindavan for the rest of his life, chanting Vrindavan Sham Sundar, Vrindavan Sham Sundar, Vrindavan Sham Sundar. Just a moment's association with a pure devotee. He was just going about his dacoitry, robbery, and see what happened to him. Similarly, in Ajamil's life, Matim Chakara Tanaye Bale Narayana Avaye. He's calling out the name Narayan as the last word of his life. Why? Because some sadhus came in his house and his wife served them. Did Ajamil serve them? This means that the spiritual activities of our spouse will also enrich us. They will also benefit us. When we live together, we reap the benefits of individual bhajan and collective bhajan. Hare Krishna. So, in this way, what were the last words of Ajamil? When he was 18 and he was about to die. Sapashahastam strin drishtva Purushanati daruna Vakratundan urdhvaromna Romna atmanam netum agata Dure kridanaka saptam Putram narayana vyayam Plavitena swarenochaya Ajuhava kulendriya. Ajamil then saw three awkward persons. Trin drishtva purushan. He saw three men with deformed bodily features. They were fierce. They had twisted faces. Vakratundan. Their hair on the body were permanently erect. How people put gel and make their hair erect? That is like Yamduta's hairstyle. Their hair was standing. Urdhva Romana. Urdhva Romana. And Pasha Hastan. In their hands, they were holding Yampash. Subtle rope meant to capture the subtle body of the person who is dying. Because the gross body will be left behind. Sthul Sharir will be left behind. But to capture the Sukshma Sharir, they have a special type of Sukshma rope, which you catch. So that is called Yampash. Hasta Pashan. They were Pasha Hastan. They were holding the Yamapash in their hand. And how many people came? Trin Purusha. Why? Our acharyas say that we commit sins with our body, mind, and words. And therefore, three Yamudutas come to take the sinful people. So they came, they're very ferocious looking, fierce looking. They had come to take Ajamil away to the abode of Yamaraj. When Ajamil saw the three Yamadutas, he was extremely bewildered, and because of attachment to his child, who was playing a short distance away, Kridanaka Asaktam, the child was playing while Ajamil was dying. It's a very poignant picture that Sri Shukdev Goswami is painting. Can you visualize it? The 8-year-old boy is playing in the house while Ajamil has got a massive heart attack and is dying. This is what will happen, my dear friends. We will die and this world will go on. Isn't it true? How many great people have died? Does the world stop? It goes on. So, this should teach us how insignificant we are. And therefore, we should take our life seriously. Otherwise, we get completely enamored by things of this world and we forget the real aim of life. The real aim of life is to develop love for Krishna. And how do we develop love for Krishna? Bhajanero Madhyashresht, Navavidha Bhakti, Krishna Prema Krishna Dite, Dhare Mahashakti. If we want Krishna Prem, we have to follow the 9 processes of devotional service. Because of his attachment to his child who was playing a short distance away, Ajamil began to call him loudly by his name, Narayana, Avayam. And then he was really dying. He could not breathe. His chest was hurting. So what he was doing? Tears came in his eyes. And somehow or the other, he chanted the holy name of Narayan, calling out to his son. Plavitena means there were tears in his eyes. Swarena Uchai means loud voice. Ajuhava, he called out. Akula Indriya, full of anxiety. Akula means full of anxiety. Mother Nirakula Devi. So Akul means anxious. And Nirakula is the name of Srimati Radharani. Always the opposite of material, not anxious. In Radha Sahasranam, one name is Nirakula. So Ajamil is Akula. He's very anxious, full of anxiety. And he's calling out his son, Narayan, help me. What you're playing, help me. I'm having chest pain. I cannot breathe. Come help me. Narayan, Narayan. Oh, Narayan. Tears came in his eyes as he's calling out helpless, Narayan, Narayan. And he died. निशम्यम्रियमाणस्य मुखतो हरिकीर्तनम् भर्तुर्नाम महाराज पार्षदा सहसा पतन हरि बोल. Shri Shukdev Goswami is saying, O Maharaja, O King Parikshit, when the Yamadutas came, the order carriers of Lord Vishnu, the Vishnu Dutas, immediately arrived. Sahasa apatan means they immediately appeared there. Sahasa means immediately. And when they heard the holy name of their master, Mukhato Hari Kirtanam, from the mouth of the Mriyamanasya, the dying Ajamil, the Vishnudutas are always traveling, looking after the devotees of Lord Vishnu. And when they heard the name of their master, Narayan, 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 he's calling out to his son, but he's chanting Narayan, Narayan. And the Vishnudutas heard that. Mukhato Hari Kirtanam, from the mouth of Ajamil, Narayan, Narayan, Hari Kirtan happened. Bhartu Nam. Bhartu means the master. Gopi Bhartu means Gopinath. Bhartu means Nath. Bhartu Nam. They heard the name of their master. And that name was chanted without offense because he chanted it Akula Indriya. He chanted it with great anxiety. Imagine Ajamil chanted helplessly, yes or no? With tears in his eyes, yes or no? Loudly, yes or no? Was he blaspheming Lord Shiva when he was chanting? Was he disobeying the orders of his spiritual master, which he did not have while chanting? Was he criticizing the Vedic scriptures? Was he criticizing any Vaishnav? Was he disobeying anybody, orders of the Vedas or his spiritual master? Was he considering chanting the name Narayan to be equal to auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas Karma Kand? He chanted offenselessly. Nir aparadha nama lele pave prema dhan. He called out anxiously, Narayan, Narayan, with tears in his eyes. How many of us can chant the name of Sri Hari with tears in our eyes like that? So the Vishnudutas were very pleased. They immediately came there. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks, Hari Kirtanam Nisham Patan Katham Bhutasya Bhartur Nama Bhruvataha. The order carriers of Lord Vishnu came because Ajamil chanted the holy name of Narayan. So naturally, Narayan's servants will come if the master's name is called out. They did not consider why he was chanting. They just came there. Now, what is the scene? What is Narayan doing? What is Ajamil doing? What was the last word he said? Who? Who? Which Narayan? His son. Did he chant "Oh, Narayan" or did Narayan? How did he chant? And who came before them? How many? Very good. Thank you. Okay, last verse 31. Vikarshatontар hridaya दासीपतिम् अजामिलम् यमा पेश्यान् विष्णुदूता प्रेष्यान् वारयामासुर ओजसा. Vikarshato antar hridayat. With that Yamapash, the Yamadutas had already captured the subtle body. So we have this gross body made up of skin, bones, and muscle and organs. Then in the region of the center chest, in the region of the heart, there is a subtle body consisting of the mind, intelligence, and false ego. And within the subtle body is the spiritual soul. So how many bodies are there? Gross body, subtle body, spiritual body. The gross body dies every time we die. The subtle body goes with the Atma, with the spiritual soul to the next body. So the Yamdutas, they captured the subtle body inside which is the Atma, the spiritual soul. And with that special subtle rope, they captured the subtle body of Ajamil and they pulled it out, which means Ajamil flatlined. He died. Ajamil died. They already pulled it. Vikarshata means snatched. Antaridaya from the region of the heart. Dasi patim ajamilam. Shukdev Goswami is calling Ajamila as Dasi pati, the husband of the very bad woman. A very bad woman who has very low moral is called Dasi in this context. So specifically, Shukadev Goswami is saying why the Yamdutas came and took the subtle body and soul of Ajamil, because he was Dasipati. He was a very sinful person, husband of a very sinful lady. Sinful husband of a very sinful lady. So therefore, Yamdutas came and Ajamil was dead and they pulled out his soul with the subtle body. So gross body dies when and how many times? Excellent. Every time you take a new body, that body will die. The gross body will die. How many times does the subtle body die? Yeah. Subtle body, not spiritual body. Until you get. So how many times does it die? Once. How many times gross body dies? If I take million births, how many times my gross body will die? Million times. And when a devotee attains the spiritual world, how many times the subtle body dies? It dissolves in the subtle elements. Just like Krishna has created earth, Krishna has created fire, air, bhumi, rapa, nala, vayu, kham, mana, buddhir, evacha, ahankar. Iti yamme bhinna prakriti ashtada. Similarly, Krishna has created mind. Mind is one energy of Krishna. Parasya Shaktir, Vividha Vashu. Krishna has many energies. One energy is called mind. One energy is called intelligence. One energy is called ahankar. One energy is called earth. One energy is called air. One energy is called water. So the mind belongs to who? And we think mind belongs to who? For my peace of mind, say sorry. Who does the mind belong to? How many minds are there? There is one energy. Just like how many earths are there? There is one earth element. It manifests as many planets. But the solid element is one. How many fire elements are there? There is one fire energy, but it manifests as fire. In your house, there is fire. Your house, there is fire. Anybody who's cooking for IGA, there is fire in the house, in the kitchen. Fire manifests in many places, but the fire energy is one. It appears in many places. How many airs are there? There is one air energy of Krishna which manifests as air without and air within. How many minds are there? One mind energy, but it is given, a portion is given to all of us. This is your mind. And that mind will stay with us as long as we are in the material world. When we attain Vaikuntha, the Sukshma Sharir is finished. It gets dissolved in that one mind energy. Intelligence gets dissolved in that one intelligence energy of Krishna. False ego gets dissolved in that one false ego energy of Krishna. And the gross body, just like when this gross body dies, it mixes with the earth, correct? You bury the body, cremate the body, throw the ashes, it becomes one with the earth element. Similarly, the subtle body becomes one with the subtle elements. Ultimately, they belong to Krishna. Bhinna Prakriti Ashtada. So Ajamil's gross body died. And subtle body was under what condition? It was packed, ready to be shipped to Yamaraj. It was already packaged. Dasi Patim Ajamilam. Yama Preshyan Vishnuduta Varayam Asur Ojasa. Very beautiful. Varayan Asu means stop. Don't do that. The Yamdutas had captured, they had packed it, they had put the shipping label, and they were about to ship Ajamil, subtle body and the soul, to Yamraj. And the Vishnudutas came. How many? Vishnudutas came how many? Four. Why? Narayana. For us, how many will come? How many syllables are there? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. A whole Bhakti Rickshaw will come. Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So four Vishnu Dutas came and they said, stop. Who is taking Ajamil away? Stop. They forbade Ojasa. What is the meaning of Ojas? Their strength, their vitality. Ojasa. For example, if I am doing something, I am taking something, and Gopal, the international number one MMA fighter, comes and says, "Stop there." What will happen to me? I will say, "Oh, no, you take, you take, you take. It's yours, it's yours. Take. My bad." Correct? That's what happened to the Yamdutas. These Vishnudutas were so powerful. Their description will come tomorrow, next time when we discuss. They had four arms. They were having Gada, Chakra, Sudarshan Chakra. What is this Yampash in front of Sudarshan Chakra and Gada? They were so powerful. Sometimes when you see somebody, you know, oh, this person I cannot mess with. He's too powerful for me. We go away, correct? Like if a cat is attacking a mouse and a ferocious lion comes there, will the cat say, "Hey, that's my prey"? Or will the cat run away? Run away. That is what happened. Like there was no fight, there was no challenge, there was no comparison. It was just a hands down defeat for the Yamdutas. They could not counteract the Vishnudutas. First of all, there were four. There were only three Yamdutas. And Vishnudutas were so powerful. One Vishnuduta can take care of unlimited Yamdutas. And four of them came and said, "Stop." It is described that the Yamdutas got so scared that they dropped the Yampash. And when they went to Yamraj later on, they did not even take their Yampash with them. They just ran. It's like a police constable. He goes to arrest somebody and got so scared he drops his lathi and runs away. So when they go to Yamraj, Yamraj asks, "Arey, what happened to your Yampash? I have given you my Yampash. What happened? All three of you have lost your Yampash?" They said, let us tell you a story. That will happen next time. But the Vishnudutas came and they said, "Drop Ajamil immediately. Leave him." So zoop, they left him, and Ajamil immediately got normal sinus rhythm. His immediately heart started again. He was back to normal. So last time Ajamil was Mumude. He was enjoying his son Narayan, and today he had died, about to be taken away by the Yam Dutas. But what happened? He has been saved by the Vishnu Dutas. So Ajamil's subtle body and heart again entered that same body. The body became alive, and now the Vishnu Dutas and the Yam Dutas, they will talk to each other. And that conversation is, in Hindi we say, Jabardast. It's fascinating. It's very powerful. We'll hear a samvad between the Yamdutas and the Vishnudutas. And Krishna willing, we'll continue that next time. Not next Saturday, because next Saturday we are giving a break. The Saturday after that, Krishna willing, we'll continue. So in this way, Ajamil was saved by chanting the name Narayana. Narayan. He was saved. Even though he was not calling Lord Narayan, he was calling his son helplessly. Hari Bol. So what should we practice based on today's discussion? While sneezing, coughing, something is following. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Anything happens, somebody says, "Lakshmi, you got a perfect score in the exam." Adi Gadadhar, your lecture was nonsense. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Anything happens in life, what we should say? Hare Krishna. That is the art of living. And what is the art of dying? अरे वो थोड़ा श्लोक बोलो. अंते ante narayana smriti. That is the art of dying. At the end of life, we have to remember Lord Krishna, Radha Vrajachandra. So see them, take their blessed darshan to the full satisfaction of your eyes, carry them in your heart, and we should keep practicing remembering them, calling out their name, Radha Vrajachandra, Radha Krishna. राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोर युगल किशोर जीवने मरणे गति आर नाही मोर. So this is the take home message from today, that whatever it is, we should try to chant as many holy names of Krishna as possible. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We should remember Krishna's pastimes. We should remember how Sri Krishna appeared before Govardhan and tricked him, fed him all the butter, and stole his heart. Hari Bol. Padashritanam samasta chauram. Chaurakarganyam purusham namami. This we should practice. Holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any questions or comments or reflections? Yes, Anvika.
I don't really understand what the subtle body is.
You understand the word subtle? Okay. You see me? Do you see the Wi-Fi?
No.
I am gross. Wi-Fi is subtle. Subtle means something that is less tangible, hard to see, hard to comprehend. Tangible means, have you eaten mango? Was it tangy? Anvika ji, was the mango tangy? Tasty? Okay, lollipop. Did you have a lollipop today on book distribution? You were only handing them out?
I lemonade.
Did you have lemonade?
Yes.
Was the lemonade tangy? Sorry, tangy. Gopal is, sorry, Gopal, tangy. Was it tangy? I'm very bad with pronunciation. We go to the airport, I say, okay, which carousel our bags are coming? And Gopal and Vachan, Dad, it's not carousel, it is carousel. So was it tangy? Was it tangy, the lemonade? Tangy?
Yeah, it tastes
It tasted good, huh? So means you can experience the taste. But intangible means you cannot really experience it directly. You cannot perceive it directly. Now you ask me what is the meaning of perceive? Experience it. Cannot experience it. So that is subtle. Understand? I am gross, but the Wi-Fi is subtle. Okay? Understood? So subtle body is our mind, intelligence, and ahankar. Ahankar means the feeling that I am this body. Aham means I. Jai means victory. Jai Jaikar means you keep it repeating. Jai, Jai, Jai. That is Jai Jaikar. Ahankar means I. I gave a class. I distributed books. I went for a job. I bought a house. I. Ahankar, Ahankar, Ahankar. I am this body. Okay. I put on weight. I want to lose weight. I want to run 10K. Oh, yeah. So that's Ahankar. Therefore, I will not run 10K. Leave me alone. I will not diet. That is Ahankar. Okay, you understand? Ahankar, mind, and intelligence. Together, these three are the subtle body. They constitute the subtle body. Gross body you can see. Gross body you can inside also you can see on X-ray, MRI, CT scan, on blood tests, glucose level, sodium level, creatinine level, urea level. That's all tangible. You can see it. That's the gross. Subtle you cannot see. Now look at me. Tell me what I'm thinking.
you are.
You cannot tell. It's subtle. You see? It's subtle. I was thinking when we will have next Rasmalai. Haribo. When you all will have. I have given up sweets. Did I say that on the Vyasasana? Hare Krishna. So that is the difference between subtle and gross. Understood subtle body? Now there is something subtler than the subtle body. What is that? Huh? What? What? What is subtler than the subtle body? What is the name for it? In English? In Sanskrit? And Very good. Huh? Madhuri Singh, stop, stop. Time is off. Very well. I'm hallucinating. Okay, understand? So there is the gross body, subtle body, and spiritual body.
You said the subtle body, but only has one.
It will get dissolved when the soul goes to Vaikuntha. The subtle body will be lost when the soul goes to Vaikuntha. When we attain perfection and we go to Lord Krishna, the subtle body doesn't exist there. There is no mind, intelligence, and false ego in the spiritual world. There is only the spiritual body, which is Sat Chitananda, eternal, full of knowledge, and full of bliss. Okay?
And also another question.
Mhm.
What's a yampash?
Yampash is a subtle device like a rope that is meant to tie the subtle body with the soul inside it and pull it out from the dead body, dead gross body, and take for judgment to Yamraj. How you tie your hair? With a ribbon? So that's a hair pash. What is it? A pony pash. So there is a yam pash, which captures the subtle body. Got it? Yam pash. Okay. What else? Yes, Prabhuji. Kiran Prabhu.
The subtle body, you are saying that it consists of intelligence and mind and also false ego, right?
Correct.
So in one of the shloka of Sri Krishna was saying that when person is dying, he carries his mind and soul, Manashashta Indriya, to another new body. So here it's saying Manashashta Indriya only six senses. I mean, five senses plus including mind six. But how about the intelligence and false ego, where it will go?
The intelligence and false ego, they are part of the Sukshma Sharir, subtle body. So they go to the next body. But for the sake of convenience, Krishna is only mentioning mind. Like, for example, if you and Lakshmi and Sridhar, all three of you go to Kroger, and Mataji asks me, Are, where is Prabhuji? Where is Mataji? Ha. Mataji asks me, Are, where is Kiran Prabhu and the kids? And I'll say, Kiran Prabhu went to Kroger. For the sake of convenience. Yes. So when I say Kiran Prabhu went, means the kids also went. So when you say mind takes the soul to the next body, it means mind, intelligence, and false ego. Like that. Hare Krishna. Was that together? Like all of you are together. Yes, Sophia Mataji.
So, continuing on what Prabhuji is asking, you also said that in the subtle body, mind, body, and intelligence is there. But whenever we talk of the intelligence, intelligence is buddhi, right?
Hmm.
And when we say buddhi, it is not here, it is here. So, like, what does it mean? Like, when we say like buddhi, we always show the brain.
Yeah. You see my computer? If I want to type here, where will I type? Why not here?
That's the screen.
This is the hardware. The software manifests here. The software is here, mind. But the hardware through which software works is here. So therefore, we say like this, mind. Shripad Vaisheshika Maharaj also. Nachre amar man. Because keyboard is here, the hardware is here, subtle body is here. So mind is here, but the mind works through the brain. The brain is the hardware, the mind is the software. But because the hardware is here, Nach re amar man, it'll go to the keyboard, not here. Nothing will happen. I cannot type on the software. So therefore, when we get a stroke, people lose their mind sometimes. Or when there is dementia, shrinking of the brain, the person undergoes problems of the mind. Memory loss. Why? Because mind is working through the hardware of the neurons and the brain. So this is the hardware, but the software is located here. Like that. Understood? Was it okay? Hare Krishna. Krishna 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 Krishna. Hey, yes.
Adding on to Supremacy's question.
Adding on to Sophia Matari's question.
So does the intelligence also work through the brain or how does it?
Yes. Intelligence, mind, both they work through the brain. The ego is subtler than the intelligence and mind, so the ego does not need any hardware. It's there. Therefore, it said that the false ego is even subtler than the intelligence. False ego is the junction between spirit and matter. The soul is spirit, intelligence, mind, and the gross body is all matter. They are material energies. And false ego, ahankar, is the junction between spirit and matter. Therefore, Lord Shiva, very special tattva. You see, very deep question you have asked, Krishna. Very beautiful question. Shri Krishna has nothing to do with material world. Goloka eva nivasati akhilatma buddho. Krishna is always spiritual. Then how Krishna can interact with matter? Someone who is material can interact with matter. How can Krishna interact with matter? How can Krishna have anything to do with the material world? Therefore, the Adhishthatri Dev, the Adhisthata of Ahankar, is Bhagwan Shankar, Lord Shiva, Rudra Tattva. So very special Tattva. The entire world is under Lord Shiva, Shankar Bhagwan. Very special Tattva. Because Lord Shiva is the interaction between spirit and matter. Therefore, Krishna becomes Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva and Krishna, there is no difference. Lord Krishna is completely spiritual, and Lord Krishna becomes Lord Shankar Bhagwan as the superintendent of Ahankar. And therefore, the spirit souls can interact with matter. Without Ahankar, we are just spirit. Without Ahankar, Ahankar is the connecting link between the soul and matter. No Ahankar, the soul has nothing to do with matter. We become liberated. But when the soul wants to enjoy matter, then Shri Krishna becomes Shankar Bhagwan and gives us one of his element called Ahankar. It is coming from Lord Shiva. And that Ahankar makes, I am this body. I am not this body, but I am this body. That is Ahankar. You understand?
So is it so the entire Ahankar is in the ego?
You see, let's say we are playing a drama. You were perhaps not even, you were very small when we performed a drama of Lord Narsimhadev. Gopal was a small child. He played Prahlad. I played the role of Narsimhadev. So now after that, I come to you. Narsimha Chaturdashi is there. I sit here and I say, come on, do my Abhishek. I am Narsimhadev. Arey Baba, it's on video. I am Narsimhadev. So that will be illusion. That will be Ahankar. That I think I am Narsimhadev. That is completely, but do I think I am Narsimhadev? Yes. For me, it is real. But is it real for all of you? No. So I think I am this body, but that has nothing to do with the truth. It is like that. So Ahankar feels very real. If someone dies and you tell the loved ones, don't worry, the person who you love was not the person who died. Nobody dies. Like when Lord Buddha, I was telling that story, when he was told that robber is there, don't go in that forest, that robber will attack you, he'll kill you. Lord Buddha only said, nobody can kill me. Because I'm soul. Nobody can kill me. But the Ahankar feels very real for one who is conditioned. So can we call it an illusion? Yes, it is an illusion. But for the person who is experiencing it, it is very real. It's very real. But see, today I'm thinking I am this body. In my next life, I may be somebody else, another human being, another animal, bird, I don't know. Then in that life, I will think I am that. That is what Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada told Subhash Chandra Bose. When he came to the Gaudiya Math, he said, "What are you doing training all these brahmacharis, skinny, chanting 64 rounds, doing Nirjala Ekadashi? Give them to me. I will add them to the Indian National Army that I have created. I need all these brahmachari men, young boys you have kept in your ashram math. Give them to me." Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada said, "What you are doing is important, Subhash Chandra Bose, but what I am doing is also important. There is a need for soldiers, there is a need for generals like you, but there is a need for sadhus also. Without sadhus, the society cannot survive." And today you are saying Bharat Mata ki jai, Bharat Mata ki jai, and always thinking how to kill the Britishers, how to drive out the Britishers, how to defeat the Britishers, how to thwart the efforts of the Britishers to control India. Britishers. Said, if you die and in your end moment you're thinking of Britishers, next life you will be born in England. And your ahankar will make you believe I am an Englishman. Subhash Chandra Bose is an Englishman. Yes, Bhagavatam tells us. Jada Bharat. Before that he was deer. Before that he was Bharat Maharaj. Same person. In all the three lives he has a different ahankar. Narad Muni was a Dasiputra. Then he became Narad Muni. Before that he was a Gandharva. Shripad Narad Muni. You see, when he was a Gandharva, he was thinking I am a Gandharva. When he was Narad Muni, he was thinking I am Narad Muni. In whichever life we take, we have ahankar that is just suitable. Indraji became a pig. What happened? Narad Muni came and said, Brahmaji came and said, Chalo, your curse is over now. Time to return to Swargalok. Shachi Mata is waiting. And Indra looked at them and said, but who will take care of Mrs. Pig? And do you see my 8 children? How nicely they're eating stool? Is there stool available in Swarga for them? I don't want to come. I'm happy here. That is ahankar. In that body, he has that feeling that I am this. You see? So ahankar keeps changing. Ahankar keeps changing. So it's an illusion, but it feels very real.
Isn't it comes under Mahamaya?
Yes, actually, Lord Rudra and Mahamaya are non-different, just like Radha and Krishna are non-different. Because Mahamaya is Mother Parvati. She is the energy of Lord Shiva. So Shankar Bhagwan and Mata Durga, they are inseparable. So yes, Ahankar comes under Mahamaya. And the superintendent Lord of Ahankar is Lord Shiva. Without Lord Shiva, we cannot enjoy the material world. Therefore, you see, many times the worshippers of Lord Shiva, they get a lot of money. They are very wealthy. They are very successful. They have good health. And the devotees of Krishna are poor. Hare Krishna. Like that. But they have the eternal wealth of bhakti. So like that. So Lord Shiva is a special tattva that allows the spirit soul to interact with material world. Lord Krishna does not interact with material world, but Lord Krishna interacts with material world in the form of Shankar Bhagwan. Understand? That is the thing. Hare Krishna. Yes, Gopal.
Keshav Madhav has a question.
Uh-huh.
Is there any condition to the person receiving highest mercy? What if Govardhan had not taken the words of that sannyasi very seriously? Like, we also get association of so many great souls, but why is our heart not transformed accordingly?
Yes, so Govardhan's great quality was he had such a life transforming experience, near death experience. He was almost put on the mantle and he was going to be beheaded. And he had such a escape by sincerely praying. So his faith became very strong. And then with faith, he went to hear Hari Katha. So that Shraddha is the foundation of getting mercy. Shraddha is the patra in which to receive mercy. If we don't have the patra, then we cannot really receive. So Shraddha is required, and Shraddha develops by Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Seva, Nam Bhajan. So that is required. The great quality of Govardhan dacoit was his simple faith. Shraddha. Yes, Gaur Sundar Charan Prabhu.
In relation to that, when I was hearing that Govardhan Daku and how in Vrindavan, just on the second day, he could see Krishna. So I was thinking that verse, Akamo, Sarva Kamo, Moksha Kamo, that Tivrena Bhakti Yoga. So his bhakti was very Tivra. So we may receive sadhu association, we may receive Shraddha, but the application of the Shraddha, if it is Tivra Bhakti, then the results will be manifest much faster as in case of Govardhan.
Yes. Like if you want to make khichdi and you keep the dal and rice and water on the fire, then it will cook faster. If you keep it away from the fire, it will take a long time. So when we practice bhakti in a distracted way, we are not on the fire of bhakti. So it will take a long time to attain perfection. But if someone has that Tivrana Bhakti Yogena, as Gaur Sudhacharya Prabhu rightly pointed out, like Dhruv Maharaj, 6 months he had darshan. Chitraketu Maharaj, within a few days he had darshan. So that Tivrata, that Shraddha, that faith has to be there. Then we'll get the result fast. Hare Krishna. Yes, Sophia Madhuri. Yes, we'll take a last question.
So yesterday we talked about the chitta. And in the chitta, we have the seed of that.
Desires.
Can we say that we discussed today about the ahankar? Ahankar resides or grows in the chitta or not?
So ahankar is when the soul thinks, I am this person. We are Jiva, Atma. We are spirit soul. But when the spirit soul thinks, I am this 5'7" Dr. Abhay Deshmukh, that is ahankar. Indian body, H-1B visa, like that. That is ahankar. I am identifying with myself. I am not that. I am a spirit soul. But when I think like that, that is ahankar. Chitta is like a bank where different experiences that we have had in this world are stored. If I watch movies, those experiences are stored. If I watch cricket, those experiences are stored. If I read Bhagavatam, though I hear Hari Katha, that is stored. I eat pan with my friends, standing at a pan patti. Those impressions are saved. That is called chitta. Chitta is the repository, the bank where different experiences are stored. These experiences will sprout and they will give rise to new desires. And the problem with chitta is bad things create a deeper impression on the chitta. For example, I go to Kroger or Trader Joe's or Whole Foods to get mango. I pick up a nice mango, I go to the checkout center, they wait, I pay, I put it in a paper bag and I come. Mango. That is one experience. I go to Whole Foods, Trader Joe's or Kroger for a mango. I pick up a mango and I quietly behind an aisle, I put it in my pocket. I didn't find anything and I just walk out. I shoplift. And I am looking, is anybody coming behind me? Is there any security camera watching me? I sit in the car and I come home. I shoplifted a mango. Now tell me which experience will go deeper in my heart. Just business as usual, I go and I purchase a mango and come home, or I shoplift a mango and I come home. Which experience? That is the problem with the mind. When we do wrong things, they create deeper impressions, which later on will sprout as sinful desires. Therefore, that is the whole reason behind addiction. Why people are addicted to bad things, browsing, seeing things that we are not supposed to see on the internet, gambling, tea, coffee, intoxication. Why we are addicted to bad things? Because previously we have done those bad things and they are deposited in the chitta, just like weeds, and then weeds come out. No, I will not do it. Now it is Chaturmas, 4 months, I'm not going to do all this. We are cutting the weed. But after 4 months, again, it will come up like a weed, like Ravan's head. You cut off one head, again it comes back after some time. So like that. So we have to be careful what experiences we store in our chitta. Chitta is a bank with unlimited storage. and millions of birth impressions are saved in the chitta. And chitta will project desires on the screen of the mind. Understand?
Chitta is the, like I guess, from the previous lives also, the like images are stored in that.
Yes. That's called Purva Abhyas. Yesterday we were talking about Abhyasana tu kaunte vairagyana cha griyate. So there are two types of Abhyas. Positive Abhyas and negative Abhyas. Bhagavatik Abhyas and Laukik Abhyas. So we have both types of conditionings. So from the previous life, yes, good and bad, everything is saved in the chitta. And they will create desires on the screen of the mind. And when those desires are projected on the screen of the mind, our other senses, they run behind. Because Indriyanam Mana Chasmi. Mind is the leader of the senses. They will just follow. Mind says, I want ice cream. Okay. Let me see. Where is my phone? Let me see if Barnes and Noble, no, not, what is it? Huh? Chill Hill is open. Let me see if Chill Hill is open. Why? Because mind projected it. Mind is saying, I want ice cream. You must taste ice cream. It's a good time to taste ice cream. Don't tell your wife. Don't look at your blood glucose level. Just eat ice cream. Mind says. Then the senses, the tongue is pottering. Which flavor I will eat? Strawberry. So that's how it happens. Hari Bol. Krishna bada dayamay. We have to take shelter of Krishna. Krishna, please save me. Hare Krishna. Let me have positive desires. Desires to serve you. Hare Krishna.